Okay. Well, welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom, everyone. As you can see, I am joined by my beautiful assistant here, Miss Eleanor, and she is going to help me with the first part of this gun review here. This is the Ruger P95. Now, the P95, as well as the P93, 94, and 97, are unfortunately a discontinued model. They have been replaced with the more popular Ruger American. I believe the last run of P95s was done in the 07 to 09 era. My grandfather actually gave me this pistol a couple years ago, and it's a I'm thoroughly impressed. It's a little bit older of a firearm, but every time I've shot it, I've been extremely happy with it. Now, Ruger is an American-made company. Their main headquarters factory is, I believe, in Connecticut, as well as I think South Carolina. They have a couple other places where they manufacture their firearms. So yes, today we are doing the Ruger P95. Likes and dislikes about this firearm. It has an external safety. So if you've seen my other video, I believe it was the Springfield XDS 40 video. I'm kind of wishy-washy on that. When I transition from one firearm that has an external safety to one that doesn't, I'm like, oh, this is stupid. And then I start firing that one. I'm like, oh no, I like this. I like the fact that it doesn't have it. And then I go back to an external safety and I'm like, oh, this is stupid. And then I do like it. So I'm kind of wishy-washy on that. But that's your personal preference, whatever you like. This one does have an external hammer. So with that being said, just want to make sure the chamber's clear. Mag has been dropped. Lock that slide back, inspect it, make sure there's no bullet in your gun. My safety is off, and actually, speaking of the safety, this is an ambidextrous safety, which, in my opinion, not a whole lot of firearms that I know of have that. I feel like some of them probably do, but, you know, I got this little one here. I'm trying to listen to her and checking on her, and my main focus is not on every other gun other than her and this Ruger P95. So it has an ambidextrous safety, which means whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you can handle the safety. If your safety is off and your hammer is up, you can still fire it. Your trigger is going to pull a little bit harder because it's pulling the weight of that hammer back. So you can fire that no matter what. If the safety's off, you're going to shoot it. When the hammer's back, obviously you're not pulling the weight of that hammer, so the pull on your trigger, it's very light. And sometimes, oh no, what? You don't like it? You don't like the external hammer? That's okay. Ambidextrous safety, external hammer. When the hammer's back and cocked, the trigger has an extremely light pull on it. Yeah, so like I said, my focus is split between this and her. I'm getting to it. So for disassembly, this one is a little bit more involved. Going back to the XDS series, the 9mm, the 40, the P320 M18 made by SIG. This is also chambered in 9mm, by the way. The disassembly of this is a little bit more involved. A couple little things you need to make sure you know before you try to take it apart. You don't want to damage anything. So first, again, make sure it's clear. Magazine. Yeah, I'm telling them, make sure the mag's clear. There's no gun, there's no bullet in there. So, for disassembly, a little bit more involved, as I was saying. The gun is clear, there's no round in it. We just checked. Yeah, I know, we just checked. So you pull your slide back the whole way and use your slide stop to make sure it's locked into place. Inside here, if you can see it, there's a little lever. That's your takedown plate. You need to push that down and you'll hear it click and it'll stay forward like that. Then on this side, if you can see it right here, there's an indicator line, and right up here, there's also an indicator line. You need to make sure you line. Okay, you good? Okay, so you need to make sure you line those two indicator lines up, and then you need to push out your slide block, your slide stop. That'll pop out right like that. Your slide comes forward. There's your recoil spring. That pulls out just like every other one. So does your barrel. And again, just like any other firearm, you want to make sure everything in there is nice and clean and properly lubricated. So reassembly is just the same in the opposite. Barrel goes there. Now obviously the recoil spring has that on the back of it, so that is pretty self-explanatory and just locks back into place just like so. Then you take your slide, put it on your rail, pull that back, get those indicator lines lined up just like so, and then you just push your slide stop through all the way in. That's locked in. Pull your slide back, stop, lock it, and then flip your takedown plate back up. There you go. That is the disassembly and reassembly of the Ruger P95. Now that whole process is the same if you have the 93, 94, 97, or 95. It's the same throughout the entire, the whole P series run. Again, just to reiterate, this series has been discontinued. You can find them online now for like, I think like $250 to $400 or $500, depending on condition, quality, that sort of thing. But yeah, so it was discontinued. It's been replaced by the Ruger American, which actually my brother-in-law has. So we'll have to get him up to the lead dump one of these days and do a side-by-side comparison. Huh, Uncle Julian has the Ruger American. Yeah. Tell him we need to, yeah, tell him we need to borrow it. Julian, Eleanor's calling you out. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this loaded up. I'm telling him. We're gonna get everything loaded up, head up to the lead dump, and send some lead down range. We'll see you guys up there. Okay everybody, so like I've stated in previous videos, I have to film multiple videos in one day. So the rain that came in whenever I was doing my inside, talk about it review of the Ruger P95 9mm. We had rain come in, it pushed everything back a day, so now I get to come up to the lead dump and have some fun. So right now we're just going to start it off with a mag dump. Mag dumps are always fun. I don't care if it's a rifle or a pistol. The Ruger P series, I've shot a couple of the P series guns, the 93, 94, 95, 97. Like I said, my grandfather gave me this one. This is the Ruger P95, and unfortunately the P series was discontinued a number of years ago, and Ruger replaced it with the Ruger American series. So my brother-in-law, Julian, actually has the Ruger American, so we'll have to get him up here with that and kind of go over everything, the differences, the changes they made, and how they each function. But I mean, overall, as you saw, even with that mag dump, I still landed, a number of the rounds. So now we're going to go ahead, throw a full mag in, and just take our time and try to be as accurate as possible. And we're shooting at about 20 yards right now. this is an awesome firearm. I mean, the few times I've shot it, you know, I really don't have that much practice with it, but it is just so well balanced that at 20 yards, it's incredibly accurate. The one thing I noticed that I'm not that big of a fan of is your sight dots. Now, a lot of times they will have two different colors. In this case, both the front and rear are white. So it makes it a little bit more challenging when you're doing more rapid fire shooting to make sure those are lined up. So that's my negative about this. Other than that, I mean, it is a little bit bigger firearm than the XDS-40 that, you know, if you missed that review, here's a link to it. So that it does make it a little bit easier to shoot, but regardless, handguns are a little bit more on the difficult side. If you have one, you need to practice with it just to make sure you can be as accurate as possible. So we're going to go ahead, reload our mags, and do some more shooting. Okay, so for this round, we're going to do a couple double taps just to see how the recovery time is between each shot, how much recoil this firearm actually has, because anybody can shoot good when they're taking their time lining up their shot, but you know, the real test comes in to bang bang to see how quickly you can get reset, resighted, and your next shot off, and be as accurate as possible too. So, you know, it takes some getting used to. Like I've said multiple times now, you need to practice with your firearms, specifically for stuff like that. If you have to get off multiple shots in, you know, a short amount of time, you want to make sure you're as prepared as possible and you can hit whatever you're trying to hit. So now, I'm going to go ahead and load that mag back up. I'm going to try to not keep count of how many bullets I'm putting into it, because I don't want to know when I'm going to run out. So this round we're going to do a mag swap. I actually just loaded it the whole way up, so we'll shoot it until it's empty and then swap out the next one. Okay, so on top of the sights being the same color, making it a little bit difficult to relocate, one thing I don't like is the mag release. Now, this is a double stack magazine, so your grip is going to be a little bit wider, but the mag release, you kind of have to like reposition your hand, or at least for me, I have to reposition my hand and really kind of search for it. So it's kind of set down in, doesn't make it the easiest to do your mag swaps. So there's another negative. Okay, so I moved everything back. We're at about 30, 35, maybe 40 yards. So we're gonna see if we can get a couple rounds to land from here. Okay, that was neat. Okay, so probably 50 yards. All right, so I got a few to land. Do I dare go to 100 yards? Why not? All right, 100 yards with the Ruger P95 9mm. Let's see if I can get one of these to land. "100 yards!" This thing is awesome. I didn't get many to land, but I got like 3 to land at 100 yards with the 9mm pistol. This is awesome. Okay guys, there it is. The Ruger P95 9mm. I mean, I personally like it. I'm extremely happy and very fortunate that I have a grandpap that was willing to say, "Here, Steve, let's do the transfer and you can have this. I don't shoot it anymore." It is a wonderful firearm. It's extremely accurate. I mean, I made the metal sing at 100 freaking yards. I don't even know if I could do that with my SIG M18. We'll have to get it back up here to try, because I mean, I hit it more than once, so I'm pretty sure I surpassed the luck and just started touching into the skill aspect there. But either way, I mean, it shoots smooth, it cycles smooth, there's hardly any recoil. Ruger, why did you discontinue the P series? This is awesome. So we're gonna have to get Julian up here, because I need to know if they made a mistake replacing this with the American series. Because if they did, I mean, we got to start a petition or something, because the P95 is awesome. If you guys have a chance to get one, get it. I think I saw online you can get them for like $250 or $400 or something like that. It is money well spent, because this thing is incredible. The only thing that I really am not fond of is the fact that the sights are the same color. Makes it a little bit harder to refine your front sight when you're shooting, as well as the maintenance on it. Teardown is not as easy as a lot of my other pistols, but this is something that I'm probably not going to have out in the field with me. Probably not something I'm going to be like camping with, something overnight where it's getting dirty and oh crap, I got to break it down and clean it real quick. But I mean, even with that, with all that being said, it's not the most difficult. It's just that takedown plate inside that you have to remember to push down. So, you know, it's really not that difficult, just a couple extra steps. But I do like it. I do recommend it. If you guys have an opportunity to get the Ruger P95, I would say get it. I mean, guns increase in value provided you take care of them. So, in my opinion, I think it'd be a good investment. But that's just me. I'm a gun enthusiast. So, you guys make up your own minds. So, thank you guys for tuning back into another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, please click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to like us on Instagram. And drop me a comment. Let me know if you like the new format of these gun review videos. If you like the little bit of background information, followed up with the how to clean it, how to disassemble it, reassembly, and then shooting, let me know. If you don't, and you just want to see shooting, if you just want to see how to clean stuff, if you just want to see property development, let me know. I have fun doing all this stuff, so probably going to keep doing it. I just want to know what you guys want to see. I like shooting guns, I like cleaning guns, I like doing stuff around the property, and I like making videos. So all of this stuff is great. And be sure to check back, because I have a huge delivery coming here pretty soon. I think in the next day or two, and that's going to be a really fun one. So just stay tuned on that. But anyways, thank you guys for the continued support. I really appreciate it. I'm really psyched that this channel is growing. Yeah, thank you guys a bunch, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.